All right, it is Saturday, guys. Last night was a hell of a lot of fun. We've had a good time. Me and my brother and my friend of mine went up to Nightmare Week in Chicago, which is presented by GalaxyCon, and it was its first time. And they will be back. Actually, I got this thing right here, which is a program guide, really, really well put together too. And it says in the back, thanks for joining us. See you next year, May 8th through the 10th of 2026. And they are going to be in Chicago. Looks like we are going to get them as a mainstay for Chicago here. So we'll have 3 horror cons in Chicago, which Flashback Weekend, Days of the Dead, and now Nightmare Weekend. And when we got in there, I'm going to show you this thing that I got. I got to stand up here to show it to you. This is pretty cool. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Usually at these conventions, you get a bracelet, a paper bracelet that has like a sticky side to it. This, we didn't have that. We got one of these. I felt like a VIP member, you know, and that was probably the coolest thing. I wonder if this is actually going to be what we're going to be wearing from now on at Nightmare Weekend. And I'm going to keep it too, so that's one of the things I'm going to keep. So I'll put that right back up here. I got 2 autographs. I'm going to show the autographs first. And then I'm going to show you what I picked up because this is really, really cool. There's 2 items here that are really, really cool. They were a steal, to believe me. Steal to believe it. With the price, okay? Now, I met Sean Cunningham, the director of the original Friday the 13th from 1980, and then first Jason, Ari Lehman. And I got them to sign this. Hopefully that picks up. I know the ring light is shining a little bit. Sean signed it twice. He signed it right there where it's bright white, and then right there on the blade of the knife. And Ari is right there. Really nice guys. I mean, they were really, really nice. What more can you ask for with going to these conventions? You want to have a good experience. That's always the thing, is you want to have a good experience. This convention was so well done. I mean, it was so put together. It was at the Donnelly Stephens Convention Center. It's still going on today. Then tomorrow, it's the last day. It goes on tomorrow, and then that's it. But definitely really well worth it. I already got Deborah Hayes, who played Claudette in the beginning of the film. We got Adrienne King, the final girl, and then Tom Savini, who did the special effect makeup effects on the film, along with Tasso, his assistant, Tasso Zarakis. So when I met Sean Cunningham, he was the first one I met, and I got up there. He looked at the poster and he made a comment about Tom Savini. Tom usually signs on the blade and stuff like that. He told me I had to cut this part off and get rid of Tom and stuff like that. It was really, really funny. And he was like going around figuring out whose name was on there. He saw Adrian's, and he couldn't figure out who this was up here. And that's Deborah Hayes, who played Claudette in the beginning of the film. But yeah, it was double. I mean, he gave us double autographs. Nobody asked for it. But he did it because, I mean, this was his. It wasn't. This was. Victor Miller's creation was the first film. What was the story? But he's the one that brought the story to life. And you can say whatever you want. I know a lot of people are just wanting a new Friday film, but just seeing the man in person, real nice guy. Just really, really fun to talk with and everything else. The camera I'm filming is with the Action Pro 5 camera. I use that to film the video. I use that. My brother was filming the videos of me meeting him and stuff, and same thing with Ari Lehman as well. He was interested with the camera because he's never seen anything like it, and he says, this new technology today, it's amazing what they can do, that coming from a film director, But yeah, this is awesome. This is, I know I've talked about this film so many times over the course of this channel, but this film is in my top three Friday the 13th films, but definitely a great time. Ari Lehman was really cool. When I went up to his table, he greeted me as welcome to Camp Crystal Lake, and then he talked to me about the film, and he talked about the poster too, because I didn't think about this, guys. This reveals the silhouette of this poster reveals a female. And I was like, I never knew that after all these years, because see, here's the female's hand. And if you look at like the body, like the outline of the body, like where the hips are at, yeah, that's Mama. He was telling me that's Mama. And I thought that was so cool, because you actually see the ripples of it. And yeah, there's like ripples right there where you see the shirt and stuff. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I never thought of that. I never thought of that. And me and my brother were talking to him, and he was talking to us about his scene when he comes up and gets Adrian King, and he was telling the story about how Sean told him, "You're gonna be the director down there when all the bubbles disappear from the top, and that's when you come up and you go ahead and you jump scare and grab her." And he said the first time he did that, Adrian just totally freaked out and says, "Get the fuck off me," in this way and that way and stuff like that. And then if you notice in the one scene where it's in the movie, he had a still image of it where he's come up from behind her and she's like looking up with her hand half dipped into the water while she's in the canoe. They had to blow dry her hair, but part of her hair was still wet. So that was the second take. But definitely a really good guy. He talked to us for a while. He was talking about his band, First Jason, which is really cool. I did, hear some of the music. It is really awesome. And then he gave us a preview of what his new album is gonna be like. He showed us like a little bit of a part of the song from his new album that's come out, which I thought was really, really cool. So definitely him and Sean were the best thing. I shook Sean's hand, and I told Sean, "Man, thanks for coming. This was awesome," and stuff like that, and just very, very cool stuff. I was gonna meet Lena Liberato, Quinn Bailey from Scream 6. She was there. She was beautiful, man. I mean, for someone that looks really, really good, for her age. I mean, she is in her early 20s, but very, very good, good looking woman, if you ask me. But definitely she, I walked past her table and I did get to see her. She seems like she was very friendly, and certainly Dermot Maroney, who is Detective Wayne Bailey, definitely was real nice, really, in with the fans, talking with the fans left and right and stuff like that. But, if Dermot and Liana would come to another Chicago convention, I would definitely meet them. If it's a Chicago horror convention, I would definitely meet them. So, but yeah, I mean, I was so shocked of seeing, Lena Liberato in person at her table with her fans, how outgoing she was. I wasn't too sure really what she would be like in person, but, after seeing it, she seemed like she was very, very much into her fans, very, very respectful from what I witnessed. My buddy got to meet Mick Foley, Greg Nicotero. He met Sean Cunningham. He was actually right in front of me when he met Sean Cunningham. And then I believe he met William Shatner, the legendary William Shatner. And William Shatner's 94 years old. I couldn't believe how good of shape William Shatner was in, just standing at his table and stuff like that. For a 94-year-old man, that is amazing. And Sean Cunningham looks like being in good shape too, for someone that's 82 years old. So that is pretty cool. But with further ado, I want to do a rundown of something really, really quick here, and this is really, really quick. I'm going to be jumping over into my live stream after this video. I am going to be talking about the pickups that I got at the vendors. And then we'll talk about probably like shopping mall or whatnot. Maybe like a basic chat tonight. But yeah, without further ado, guys, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned, and we are going to be hopping over with my cell phone since I can't do live stream videos on YouTube here with this thing. So, without further ado, that's it. Take care and see you guys in a little bit.